All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Robert Smirking Gun Reviews, and as most of you have already heard by now, we lost Stan the Man Lee today. He was 95 years old, and I was at work, and I was just randomly checking my phone to see the time, and in my little news feed, I just clicked on this little thing that pops my news feed up real fast, and there it was. And I know that this isn't about being first to tell this story and be the whatever, because a lot of us are going to say the same thing. And yeah, we all knew that he was 95 years old. This was inevitable. And everybody's saying, I mean, the first person I listened to today, that I didn't even watch the full video, but Steph Goza over at Aggressive Comics said, that you just never really thought we'd get here. The Stan just seemed to be immortal. And I mean, he will live on forever, as long as, people remember the comics. As long as all this goes on, he's gonna live forever, in a way. But it was one of those days where you're never ready. But I was really not ready. I've been very lucky, and I'm sure that luck is running out. And I'm sorry for fixing my hair. Because when I get nervous and I get upset, I start to fiddle a lot more. But he seemed kind of death proof. It was never going to be the day that Stan died. And now that it's here, like I said, I've been very lucky to not have yet to experience a lot of loss. I've lost both my great-grandparents. I've lost one set of grandparents. And there's people here and there, but I mean, for the most part, I've been pretty untouched by loss until, and I don't have people that were, big deals for me, really. When for people in the past, when John Lennon died, or Elvis, people of that stature, as far as celebrity goes, or political people like Kennedy, things like that. I don't really have any big, I didn't have any real big idols that died. Cobain for me was the big one when I was in the 90s, but it's been so long that in the whole thing about the way he died, I mean, I've been over that forever. The only other thing that came close was when author Hunter S. Thompson died, and that one really hurt. And there's been other ones that have bothered me, that make me mad, like David Bowie and Prince, George Michael, things like that. But Stan is a different beast altogether. He's more along the lines of a Hunter S. Thompson for me, because like Hunter S. Thompson, Stan Lee is a lot of the reason of why I am the way I am, and who I am, and what I like, and those things that affect me, and those things that he created, how they've changed me, and how they've made me think about how to live my life, and my sense of humor, and my and the way that I write things down, and just the way that I think about the world, and the fact that without him, we wouldn't have any of these things that when I was 14 and just this lonely teenage boy who had, not a lot of friends, and was in a a very strict religious background, and and comic books became the way for me to, be creative and go to a different world where I wasn't, I didn't feel as alone, and I could let my imagination run wild and think of things that I didn't think were possible, and it helped me expand my imagination, and it helped me grow as a person, and just really kind of be one of those people who could picture anything at that point. And that's all because of Stan and other people like Stevie Ditko and everything. But let's face it, Stan the Man is pretty much the godfather he's the godfather of comic books. And he, I always, he's just that guy that was always there, like every time you needed a reminder, all of a sudden there's Stan. He pops up everywhere. And it just really sucks. It really, really sucks. Because we're not gonna get another Stan. We're just not. The only way you get people like this is like with some new kind of thought process or some new creative thing that comes out that changes everything, and there's really not that many new things that can happen to us, at least in my lifetime. And so this is like, for me, this is like, John Lennon dying. This is like Stephen Hawking. This is like, to lesser extents, people that just have, that have changed everything, and I wish I had, fancy technology where I could put up pictures of what Stan did and all that stuff. But I think it's a little too quick to be already ranking videos and pointing out what are the 10 best things of this person and blah, blah, blah. We already know this. We already, do we really need videos right now already to remind ourselves? Just say what he did. We all know what he did. He did everything practically. We don't need to be ranking his achievements. It's not even been 24 hours. And that's just me. That's my problem, You can feel about however you want. Deal with your grief and however you want. You want to watch the ranking videos. You want to, just be reminded of all the cool things that Stan's responsible for. All the great cameos. All the just, being a cool guy. I remember seeing him in Mallrats and just thinking, how cool is this? Stan is in an R-rated comedy, talking to a bunch of dummies about comic books and comparing, his Fantastic Four to the way life is and things like that. There's just not going to be another one like him. And this world just got a little bit less fun to live in. And sorry for being a little pissy about people doing ranking videos and stuff, but everybody deals with their thing in their own way. I just, I'm not ready to start trying to nail down what the best thing Stan ever did. And I don't think I ever will. The best thing Stan ever did was make me the person that I am, help make the person that I am today. And I like that person when I, deep down, I like what Stan did for me. And so Excelsior, my good man, rest in peace. And yeah, Stan Lee, 95, will never ever get another one like you. So this is Robert Smirking Gun Review saying thanks for watching this video, and we will see you on the next one. So good night, everybody.